Last Monday and Friday, I was addressing Commissioner Leo Blundo's situation, and I said last Monday that I did not believe he would be running for Congressional District number 4, that he wouldn't do it. He was promised that he was going to help solve problems here in Nye County, that he was the man to get the job done. Well, on the space between the Monday show and the Friday show, Leo Blundo did in fact announce his candidacy for Congressional District 4, along with there's about 5 other people now that need to be vetted for that position as well as Leo, because lots of people running on the Republican side, and what we want is the best candidate that will help solve the problems for people with our water issues here in Nye County, in particular Basin 162, and our judicial system. There's problems here that need to be addressed. And so I got the impression from some comments made to me today and yesterday from people that said Leo believes that you don't like him anymore, or something to that effect, or that you're not supporting him, that you never supported him. And that's not true. I simply report on this radio show what comes across my desk, what I'm hearing, what emails I'm getting, and then I let you, the voters, decide. And of course I have my opinion. I'm going to give you my opinion, what I think about it. And I stated it, that I believe that a person needs to finish the job that they started, and I don't believe that a job gets done in 6 months, which is about how much time Mr. Blundo has served here in Nye County as a commissioner. Secondly, that being the president of the private wellness cooperative, I want to see action as far as whether we're going to solve this situation where we only have about 4,000 acre feet more of water in Basin 162 before we would get to the point where we are using as equal or more water than our perennial yield. And this is critical because we don't want critical management as domestic well owners. I have not seen Commissioner Leo Blundo come forward with any policies, any programs, any efforts to deal with that problem. And that's my focus. I want my main focus, because that's what I've been working on the last few years. But there's other issues here. I'm sure the rest of you out there would like to see some of your some of your issues solved as well. And so that's where I'm at. I want to see action on what I believe needs to be done. The most critical situation that we have facing Pahrump is the water situation. And again, no programs, no policies, no changes in regulation, nothing being proposed that I'm seeing anything get done on right now. So that's what I'm working on. But if you go to leoblundo.com, I believe his website, when we talk about support, you will see a picture of me with Leo holding up a sign that says I support Leo Blundo. So to say that I don't support Leo Blundo is wrong. I support Leo Blundo to do the job that he ran for, which is Nye County Commissioner. And I think it's not going to be possible to help the private well owners solve the problem with water if you spend the better part of the next year and a half campaigning, and mostly in Las Vegas, where the majority of the voters are for Congressional District 4. You can't serve two masters. And I said that on more than one occasion, whether it be a person trying to represent the town of Pahrump and the Nye County Commissioners. Well, in this case, how do you deal with the entire Congressional District and properly serve the water situation here in Pahrump? I don't think you can. I think a congressman is dealing with much larger scope of issues. They spend a lot of time in Washington, D.C. And when a person's running for that, they're focused on the hot buttons for the Congressional District, not necessarily the best interest of Pahrump. And why would I say that? Well, because the amount of voters that we have in Pahrump for a congressional district is very small when you consider the number of voters in Clark County for District 4 congressional seat. That is the elephant in the room there. That is the constituency that has to be focused on. When I say that, all you need to do is look and see how many times Crescent Hardy, how many times Horsford have spent in Pahrump, how many times they've come here, how many times that they have sat down with organizations like the Private Well Owners Cooperative and have listened to and addressed our situation. I can tell you how many times it's been. 0 as far as the private well owners is concerned. We've had 0 representation from the Congressional District. We have had 0 representation, as far as I'm concerned, from the Nye County Commissioner. So that is what we're focusing on going forward. In fact, the Private Well Owners Cooperative is going to be putting together a vetting committee that is going to focus on candidates and ask the tough questions and get the people running to either be with us or against us. But that's all I've got to say on that. If Leo's listening, I don't hate you, Leo. I like you, Leo, but I think you made a big mistake in jumping into the congressional race. And as a friend to a friend, friends have to tell friends the tough stuff and the easy stuff. And sure, it's tough hearing me comment on this, but that's what friends are for.